Well, good afternoon to everybody. This might be a little out of character for me, but well, comes a time in every man's life he's got to say, "Damn, I'm getting old." About 3 weeks ago, I went on a muzzleloader hunt, on public land, and I sat up on the edge of a clear cut because there was quite a bit of sign there and all. And I don't know, that first morning, didn't say nothing, but that afternoon, I had a really nice 8-point come walking up the hill. I was up on top of the hill looking down into a bottom that had been clear cut. Only problem was, dog fennels was about this high. You could see his horns and his head, and that was it. And of course, I'm hunting there with my 50 caliber flintlock rifle, and got my prop stick. Well, I shoot pretty good with it. Well, I get out there and I'm sitting there watching him. I'm on the ground, in my chair, watching him come up the hill. Well, the wind's right. The wind's coming right to me. He don't smell me, but he decides he wants to go back the other way. So he turns around and he's standing there looking away from me. Well, I can see about that much of his neck and the back of his head is racked real good. That would not be that hard. I got a good steady aim, aimed at the back of his head, touched it off. It went whoosh, bang, boom, and he went. Yeah, that's the end of that. Well, opportunity doesn't come knocking a lot. So when it knocks, you want to be able to open the door and get it done. So I broke out my Thompson Center Omega, which is 45 caliber. I bought this thing 22, maybe 23 years ago. Killed several deer with it. Main reason I got it, I wanted that scope because, I'm getting older. Well, I'm 20 years down the road and it's been sitting in the closet for the last few years. So, okay, it's time to admit the facts that the wise ain't good as they used to be. What I'm going to try is this Hornady boar driver. It's a full-size bullet. It's a lot like power belt, but it's not a power belt, so I got more confidence in it. Doggone thing's about 1.5 inches long. It's 280 grains, 45 caliber. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to shoot it 3 times for group, to see what it'll do. Part of the reason I quit using this rifle, I hate sabots. I hate them with a passion. I shot one deer with it. It ran off, and I'm reloading. Well, I got the ball about halfway down the barrel. It wouldn't go anymore. So I turned around with my ramrod, sticking down the barrel, and I commenced to pounding it on the tree till I get the ball down the barrel. Well, I'd had about enough of that mess, so I quit using it. All right, I am shooting, which you probably never thought you'd see, Blackhorn 209 substitute. We'll try 100 grains. Now, with that 280 grain bullet, he's out to kick the fire out of me. All right, got it all in there. All right, this is supposed to be the easiest loading bullet. So let's see if they was pulling my chain or not. Look at that. Now the question is going to be if it does that the second shot and third shot. Now I'm not real up on the synthetic stuff. And what I read about it, they say you're supposed to use a Magnum primer, but I'm gonna just try these regular primers and see what happens. All right, I got a target set up down there, 50 yards, and we're gonna see what kind of group we can get. Damn it, man. Well, it looks like shooting at a 1-inch bullseye. It looks like I clipped the bottom left-hand corner. Which hell. Now I couldn't hear it with those muffs. It sounded like it was a pretty positive ignition. Now what I had read about it was that if you don't use the right Magnum primers, you get a little delay, kind of like a misfire, or not a misfire, but a hang fire. Well, I didn't hear it. I'll watch the video, I guess I'll know. What I'm doing was I spilled some powder and I dumped it back out. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have no powder left in that barrel. I don't know why this thing's doing that, but for some reason, it doesn't want to dump all the powder out of this charge measure. I don't know why, but I don't have that problem with black powder. I know with this 45, if I don't use this funnel, it ain't gonna happen. Oh my God, that's one way to get it all out, ain't it? All right, let's see how this one loads after it's been shot one time. Can't complain about that. Didn't pull the tip out. Everything went good. All right. Ugh. All right. It's still right in there. right, one more shot. I like that. I like that. His accuracy's there. I think I found what I'm looking for with this rifle. The kick, compared to the kick, I'd say it was it's about like my 45-70 with black powder, you know, and a 400 grain bullet, which ain't that's manageable. I'm a big boy. All right, here we go, number 3. I got mare muss. All right, let me go down and get target. Yeah, of course, the primer fell down in it. All right, be right back. Well, I ain't too impressed with it. All right, right there. That's my first shot right there. That's my second shot right there. There's my third shot way the heck up there. What happened? Did my scope move? Could be. Could be that. I mean, this was looking really good. Then they put the third one way up there. All right, well, I got a lot of tinkering to do. I got about 2 weeks for muzzleloader season here at the house, so we'll see what happens. And hate shooting up all the bullets because I couldn't get 12 of them in the pack. All right, don't Florida Cracker. Y'all subscribe and keep watching.